Welcome back to 5 News, and a big earthly welcome back to these guys as well. 4 astronauts safely returned to this planet this morning. They were actually evacuated from the International Space Station because one of the crew got sick. In a moment, we'll be speaking to an actual astronaut who's here in the studio with us. Wimmer is here. Nice to see you. Don't worry, though, everything is stable and being looked after. Peter Lane has got the story.
Splashdown of Crew 11. After 167 days in space.
From the darkness of outer space to the darkness of the midnight sea in California, a safe return and a night vision camera somehow making science fact look even more like science fiction. The recovery team arriving on jet skis and speedboats.
SpaceX recovery team continues to maneuver around Dragon Endeavour.
With the whole fascinating thing broadcast live, we got a front row seat, as did the local dolphins.
There they are. The dolphins are back to play.
As the capsule was loaded onto the support ship and the crew finally emerged.
And it looks like our first crew member out of the spacecraft is NASA astronaut Mike Fink.
A smile and a thumbs up, but unanswered questions. We still don't know who fell ill or what the problem was. NASA today seeking to reassure.
All crew members are currently undergoing the routine post-splashdown medical evaluation. The crew member of concern is doing fine. We will share updates on their health as soon as it's appropriate to do so. This is exactly why we train, and this is NASA at its finest. Spaceflight will always carry some degree of uncertainty. That is the nature of exploration.
This was America's Mike Fink and Zina Cardman, Japan's Kimi Yui and Russia's Oleg Platonov arriving on the International Space Station last August. They were supposed to stay until mid-February. Whatever happened was described as a serious condition, but not an emergency.
Dragon SpaceX separation confirmed.
The kit and supplies they had on board clearly couldn't help, making this NASA's first ever medical evacuation from space. The journey home taking just under 10 hours, officials citing privacy concerns for the lack of any more detail. The team were filmed saying their goodbyes, with no on-camera mention of anything medical.
It was really fun. Some of the jokes weren't so good, but I'll keep trying. In the meantime, this is also a farewell, and just like to say it's been really great working with you all.
The departing crew said leaving space early was the right call, but was bittersweet.
Let's make a group hug.
Peter Lane, 5 News.
It's an extraordinary story. As we said, we introduced Per before that. Watching all of that today, what sort of medical condition could that have been to make them want to bring them back?
It's clear it was a serious medical condition, or at least a potentially serious one. I don't think there was an emergency as such. It could have been one day or another day that they came back. But it could have been something like kidney stones. It could have been... I mean, a lot of things happen to the human body when you go into space. For starters, when you go to space, your heart changes shape. And therefore, the blood circulation is not as effective as it is on planet Earth. And therefore, you're probably more likely to get blood clot. And that has happened before. Your feet becomes a lot softer, like baby feet, when you come back down to Earth because you don't walk as much. Your bone structure deteriorates about 1% per month that you are in space. So you actually lose your strength and your bones and your muscles as well. So you become a lot weaker as a person. And when all these things are changing, that can have medical implications. Your cranium, by the way, as well, shift upwards. And your column in the back increases, so you actually become taller when you're in space, up to 1 or 2 inches taller, which again decompresses when you come back down to Earth.
So a lot of physiological changes.
There's a lot of physiological stuff. And if you think about it, the ISS has been operating now since November 2000. Almost 300 people have been up there. Imagine that time span. We've not had an issue whatsoever. There's only been 2 issues historically in 1985 and 87, but that was on the Mir space station with 2 Russians. Apart from that, we never had an issue. But with almost 300 people over that time span, there's bound to be something.
And I think we imagine things being so many, hundreds or millions of miles away, but it's 11 hours to get back. How far really is the distance?
It's actually not that far. It sounds like it's crazy far out space, but the ISS is actually cruising at 400 kilometers up. So if you put it down on planet Earth from London and upwards, it's actually not that far. But because you have to go circulating around the Earth to get there, it does take that 11 hours.
And quickly, Per, you've got your own space travel in 2027, haven't you? Are you worried about that and thinking about what's going on today?
Not at all,
No,
not at all. I feel I'm fit for fight, and I'm excited and ready to fly into space in 27.
You very much look the part as well. I'm sure we'll get you back on to talk about that. Thank you very much for that, Per. Good to know that it's not as serious as it maybe first seemed to some people. Some other news for you now.